Well, sticking with schools and a topic we talk about often here on Morning News Now, mental health. And for many students, it can be a major factor in the success they might see at school.
The CDC says the number of kids feeling sad or hopeless has gone up 40% in the last 10 years. Those numbers, of course, were accelerated by the COVID pandemic. Dr. Robi Ludwig is here with us to talk more. She's a psychotherapist and an award-winning reporter. Good to have you with us. You know, some kids are excited to go back to school, but for some, it is not a good time. Describe some of the challenges those students are facing, and has it gotten worse since the pandemic?
Well, during the pandemic, I think what we saw is that it was harder to educate our kids virtually. It was harder for them to stay focused, and I think some of the numbers declined over time. And also in terms of social anxiety. So whenever you're away from something, it can build up anxiety when you're returning to an in-person school. There's social anxiety, there's concerns about academic success. For younger kids, it's separation anxiety. So all of these play a role in how a child feels when returning back to school.
And there could be a difficult time for a lot of kids. So how can they shift their mindset? There can be problems at home. Maybe they don't make a team or they get a bad grade. How can they help themselves here?
I think and this is where parents can come in and let their child know that they are there to support them. And really to use these situations and setbacks so you can help them to be resilient, because that's what they will use in life. To view school as a fresh start. If they don't get the grade they want, talk to your teacher and say, what can I do differently? If you don't make a team that you're interested in, again, ask for feedback. Try something else. Focus on secure friendships that make you feel good. These are all things parents can remind their child to do to set an intention for the year so that they can make the most of the year ahead.
What are some tips that you have for kids who might be having a hard time with some of these things?
And it's the same thing. I mean, you want to observe, first of all, if your child is having a problem, set a regular goal. So when parents can set a regular schedule, that's highly effective for younger kids in terms of adjusting to the school year. Observe if they're having any emotional regulation, and encourage them to talk to you about their feelings and struggles, and just create that space. Family dinner time is a wonderful place for kids to talk. Sometimes for young teens, if parents stay up a little later, they're less resistant to sharing their emotions.
Put those phones away, parents and kids.
Put the
right?
phones away.
Table, right?
I'm so addicted to mine. I put it far away.
All right, Dr. Robi Ludwig, thank you so much. Good to have you on. And anytime we talk about mental health, we want to make sure you know, or if anyone you know is struggling, you can call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988.